Direct News TV. February 7, 2024. World's largest cruise docks in Mexico for the first time. The world's largest cruise ship docked for the first time in Mexico. Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas set sail from Miami on January 27. With a capacity for 8,000 passengers across 20 decks. Jaspreet Kaur, tourist from Los Angeles. The experience on the ship has been amazing so far, the food, the service, the beauty of the ship, everything is beautiful, beyond our expectations, it's nice. They were greeted in Mexico by mariachi and folkloric dance performances. Tito Montero, entertainment director, Costa Maya Port. It's an honor for Mahal, for the port and for all of us who work here in Costa Maya, it's an honor to receive it for the first time in Mexico. As you can see, the atmosphere is beautiful, the people are happy, and they are very happy to receive the Icon of the Seas today. When I was a travel consultant in the early 2000s, the concern I would most often hear from potential first-time cruisers was about crowded ships. I don't want to be cooped up with all those people, they'd groan. At the time, the capacity of the industry's largest ships was just over 2,600 passengers. Today, that's considered medium-sized. The world's largest cruise ship, Royal Caribbean's new Icon of the Seas, can set sail with 7,600 passengers on board. With the industry reporting a return to pre-pandemic booking levels in 2023, there's enough cruising demand to fill these new megaships. The Icon of the Seas inaugural voyage was nearly sold out just 24 hours after bookings opened, the Points Guy reported. While busy ships help create the fun-loving social atmosphere cruises are best known for, navigating crowded cruises can also lend itself to questionable passenger etiquette. Nobody likes a pool chair hog. Of course, not every cruise will sell out, nor are they all that big. As a rule of thumb, travelers should expect full ships during summer months and popular holiday and school break travel periods. Unfortunately, it's nearly impossible to determine if your cruise has been booked to capacity before its sailing. Many a Reddit thread has been dedicated to cracking the code. When anticipating how crowded a cruise ship may feel, the total number of passengers on board doesn't tell the whole story. To get a better sense of this, the cruise industry refers to something called the space ratio, which takes the total tonnage of the ship and divides it by the number of passengers the ship can accommodate. As one might expect, that ratio is lower on big ship cruise lines. Norwegian, Carnival and Royal Caribbean generally have less space per passenger. It then increases on premium lines, think Princess, Holland America Line, Celebrity, and tops out at the luxury end, Crystal, Regent Seven Seas, Silver Sea. But how can passengers who aren't booking a boutique cruise ship or a luxury line carve out quiet spaces to themselves on board bigger ships, while still being respectful of other passengers? Below, find tried and true ways to find space on a crowded cruise ship, whether you're on board a modern megaship or an intimate expedition vessel. The secret: ships within a ship on mega cruises. The most obvious way to secure your quiet enclave is to book a balcony stateroom. While small, the value of this outdoor space shouldn't be underestimated, particularly for itineraries rich with scenic cruising, like voyages to Alaska or the Baltic Sea. Several cruise lines also offer private areas of the ship for top-end suite passengers, including dedicated bars, restaurants, pools, and spas that are off-limits to other cruise-goers. Tom Baker, the president of Cruise Center, tells Condé Nast Traveler. These self-enclosed complexes, such as NCL's The Haven, Celebrity Cruises Retreat, and MSC's Yacht Club, create a ship within a ship for higher-paying customers, Baker explains. That way, regardless of how busy your sailing proves to be, you can still enjoy yacht-like privacy, plus the fun-loving social atmosphere and amenities of a large cruise. Other ships have dedicated spaces for suite passengers such as Richard's Rooftop on Virgin Voyages, or the Grills Lounge and Terrace on Cunard that are located throughout the ship. They may not rise to the same ship within a ship level of seclusion but are still exclusive to qualifying guests. The majority of passengers will spend their time at the ship's standard pool and deck areas, where you'll likely come face to face with the age-old cruise etiquette question: is it rude to save seats? In my many years of cruising, I've witnessed personal articles strewn across rows of prime pool seating while passengers slept in or lingered over breakfast, and large swaths of theater seats saved for late arriving guests. When determining the appropriate time window for seat saving, look to the cruise line's policy, or ask a nearby staff member. Carnival will remove guest belongings from pool loungers and store them at a nearby towel station if they've been left for longer than 40 minutes, for example, and Royal Caribbean will remove belongings if left unattended for 30 minutes. To circumvent this awkward game of musical chairs, some lines offer premium deck spaces that all passengers, regardless of cabin category, can access for a nominal fee. On Princess Cruises, guests can book cushy lounge chairs from $40 per day in the Sanctuary, an adults-only sun deck with attentive deck servers and added amenities like fruit skewers and Evian facial mists. And on most Holland America Line ships, passengers can reserve cabanas at the private outdoor space, also called the Retreat, with exclusive bar service and ocean views. Cabana rentals for 2 adults start at $75 per cabana on port days and $105 on sea days, and family cabanas for 4 adults start at $105 on port days and $165 on sea days. Even Seabourn, a luxury small ship cruise line that structures fares on a mostly included model, offers the option to pay extra for premium deck seating in a zone called, yet again, the Retreat. To find quiet escapes, explore on day 1. Alright, so pools and sundecks can be crowd-free for a fee, but what about the rest of the ship? Part of the fun of sailing on a cruise is wandering the ship for those quiet corners to relax on your own. Finding nooks and crannies on ships is about exploring and discovering on day 1. They might not be illustrated on the deck plans, but there are often hidden booths and seats spread around for a lovely retreat. Jason Leppert, founder of the YouTube channel Popular Cruising, tells Traveler. Veteran cruisers are easy to recognize. They'll lay claim to their favorite tables before the ship even disembarks and reserve the same spot early each morning. My very first sailing was on the Celebrity Millennium, and I quickly found the quietest spot for breakfast was in the spa cafe in the solarium on deck 10 each morning. On Princess Cruises Caribbean Princess, I often found the wheelhouse bar empty when I went for a pre-dinner cocktail, so that became a nightly ritual. And onboard Lindblad Expeditions National Geographic Explorer Islander 2 in the Galapagos, I wondered why more passengers hadn't discovered the hammock strung from the ceiling on the little-used observation deck that I often had entirely to myself for afternoon naps. If you still have difficulty finding your groove on the ship after a round of exploring, consult the experts. Cruise ship crew members live and work aboard their ships for months at a time, so they know them incredibly well. The crew also have their thumbs on passenger habits. If you ask when a specific bar, lounge, or pool is most quiet, they'll most likely be able to share their detailed observations. Ultimately, there's no way around the fact that ships are a vehicle of transportation, and like any vehicle, space is limited. Whether you've chosen an intimate yacht cruise, a high-energy expedition voyage, or a quick getaway on one of the industry's new megaships, odds are any passenger with an appetite for calm and an eye for seclusion can find their little slice of peace. My name is Kingsley. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to be notified whenever we post. You won't regret it.